Hello to all the new and returning builders. We've got another Creative World episode, and boy, it's a big one. We've been working on this castle for almost a year, and, well, it's time to get it done. Hello everyone and welcome back. This is our incredible castle that we've been working on for an entire year now. I gotta say, my wife has issued a challenge, all right? She said that this is way too long to be working on a single castle. You need to get this castle done, Jake, and I have only until the end of the summer to do it in, which means I have a lot of work to get done on this castle. And now that the morning fog has cleared up, we have ourselves a nice sign billboard here for us to be able to see all of the different jobs that we have to do to get this castle finished. I think we're going to start off right here in the middle with the fixing of the squat tower, because this tower over here has bothered me for far too long. All right, and with that, I'm happy enough to call that done. There's a lot more that I could do, especially on the inside. We definitely still have some work on the inside to do, but we have a lot of other towers that need the insides finished as well. And so we'll just kind of include the inside of that tower with the other towers when we get that done as well. So let's go ahead and boom, we got one done. For the next task, I'm going to get to something I've been avoiding for a while, which is texturing the outside of this wall over here all the way around the side of the castle. There's no time like the present, and we got to get it done. So let's just dig in and start working. Wow, does it feel good to have that done. Look at this. It is fantastic. Went ahead and got the foliage done as well. That means we're ready for marking off another on the list. Let's pick something small to do next and fill the castle garden with all sorts of different vegetation, which we've needed to do for a while. All right, we have ourselves a completed castle gardens. Look at this place. Some tomatoes in honor of Doc M77, some beautiful vegetables, some bees to keep the flowers growing. And I love this over here, the barrel of apples that we have, just using an armor stand, as you might have seen in the time lapse. So with that, we got another one done. The next thing that I want to get done is these two shops for traveling merchants, and after a little bit of brainstorming, I think I finally know what I want to put in these two shops. So let's get it done. I thought it'd be really fun to have an animal shop, especially with exotic animals. Some normal animals too. You can never do with too many chickens. We have some exotic animals as well. Someone who's coming from far distant lands bringing exotic animals. It looks like whatever it was that I had put in this cage was eaten by our fox friend, so maybe that's a fun little lore thing. And then this shop I thought would sell some other rare items, some maybe plants that you don't normally get in this area of the world, as well as some salt, because salt is a very special commodity, especially in medieval times. You needed salt to be able to preserve a lot of foods, and so I thought it'd be kind of fun to have somebody selling barrels of salt along with the different animals. And then we have some llama friends, which definitely did not take some time to get the right spawns, but we've added some carpet to them as well to make them look like special trading llamas. And so with that, I think our 2 additional shops are done. Except that they're not done. I was watching the footage back and I noticed that all of the cages for the animals were the exact same color. So I went ahead and updated it, added a bunch of different trapdoors. Why did I not think of doing these different colored trapdoors? So yeah, definitely a big update. Makes the whole place look a lot more colorful and a lot better. Next thing I think I want to work on is some small decorative things around the castle. Things like a statue that needs to go in the corner here. Looks good. And a pool over here. I love the soul sand, making some bubbles that looks like water's pouring out of the side of the fountain and just puts a little bit of life into this area. Next, I want to try this one, filling the corner by the tower. You see, we have this blank spot over here that I've needed to fill for a while, and I think it'd be kind of cool to put a tavern over here, kind of in the corner underneath this tower. And with a bunch of extra detailing, we have ourselves the Good Night's Rest Inn. It's a beautiful, beautiful build, and it fits very well into the corner of the castle over here. It's absolutely packed with details on the inside. We'll just take a quick peek in here where you can see our little tavern area. People can grab dinner and drinks, a fully stocked kitchen, and we've got bedrooms all around. So we'll have to save the rest of the details for the end of the video with a little surprise. And we are moving on to the other side of the castle where we're going to work on some servants' quarters, which I finally figured out what I want to put in here. And so let's get working. And a short time lapse later, we have ourselves a woodworking shop with all the different accoutrements that you would need, including a barrel of wax for coating everything with wax to make sure that it's all polished off nicely. And then over here, what wasn't shown on the time lapse, is a study hall for any of the Lord's children. Lots of bookshelves for books to learn all about culture and history lessons and everything else that you could have. And then up here, we have ourselves Steward Dreyunterra's quarters, just a master servant's quarters up in here where he's got all of his paperwork to make sure that the castle is running smoothly. All right, moving on. As you can see, things look a little bit different now. I finally got Distant Horizons to be working along with a different shader than normal, Bliss. I prefer Complementary Reimagined, but this will work. And we've got Replay Mod updated because we are now fully upgraded to 1.21, which is extremely exciting because now that means we have a whole slew of new features that we've got to check out, including a bunch of new pictures for the art gallery, absolutely beautiful. New copper bulbs for our chandeliers, looking fancy. New adorable dog variants in their spiffy new armor. A new decorative block to play with, the Heavy Core. This thing is going to be awesome to find some cool things to do with. And last but definitely not least, everyone's favorite new block, the Tough Block. Oh man, this is going to make our transitions from deep slate into our stone blocks look so much better. We've got some huge upgrades to do, to our castle wall to incorporate it. And we're just getting started. I haven't even begun messing with all the other copper blocks or anything else. We've got all the upgrades to the castle on top of all the other projects that we have left to finish, and half of the summer is already gone. We are running out of time. Fortunately for us, filling the corner by the tower, the 2 servants' quarters, and off camera, I got the detailing of the war room roof and the barracks roof finished as well. So that is a lot done, nearly half of our list of things to complete. Oh, we also have the banners in the diagonal hall. I did that as well. I think we're going to stick with some interior detailing and get the top of the giant tower, the queen's chambers, and the top of the war room building over here. We've got 3 rooms, 1, 2, 3. All of these interiors need to be completed. So with that, let's get to detailing. All right, so before we get into the 3 rooms, we have ourselves a little bit of a soldier garrison here. A small room with some bunk beds and a lot of weaponry. Just a small force to be able to help defend the wall if there were bad guys who are trying to get over the wall. A little bit of an archery range here for them to keep up their archery skills, especially since this wall over here where you're going to get most of the archery action from any forces that are coming from far down below. And then you come in here and we have ourselves a little bit of a prayer and meditation room. So a lot of candles for lighting prayers. There's a prayer book down here at the end. And these count as little cushions that you can sit or kneel on if you're doing any kind of prayer or meditation stuff. Next up, we have ourselves a little bit of a kitchen. This is kind of private kitchen. This is going to be both for the nobles or anyone who's staying in our extra little private area, as well as a small kitchen to be able to help feed the soldiers that are up here. And it's actually pretty well stocked, if I do say so myself, including a little bit of a meat freezer in here with some packed ice to make sure that everything stays cold inside of the freezer. And then the last room down at the very end is ourselves Imes Observatory / Studium. So in here is where a fellow named Imes is actually studying any of the constellations or movement of the stars, a little bit of an observatorium. So he's got telescopes to keep an eye on things. It's not the greatest place for being able to get views from inside the room, but outside the room, he's got lots of areas in which he can make notes and take notes of the different movements of celestial bodies. He's got himself some ink to be able to write down any of the notes that he has. And then I had a couple of, kind of, I consider them star charts or whatever, that he's kind of keeping tabs on things with these on the walls. So some pretty awesome decorations, filled out the room pretty nicely, and is a lot of great detail. So let us move on to the next room we got to detail. Our giant tower that overlooks the entire castle and all of the landscape around. It's awesome, but we have a big room up here, if I can get down, that needs to be filled. And I think I have some ideas on what to fill it with. And after a lot of fluffing about, I decided to go ahead and make the king's chambers also the king and queen's chambers, which only makes sense. So we have up here a nice closet space and a double bed for the king and queen, which means that the space that I was going to fill with the queen's chambers, which is a little bit separate from these chambers, is actually now their kids' area. So in here, we have a nice bedroom for their older daughter. Very lovely. Got some nice cherry wood desk for her and her own closet space. A little bit of a, dining area / hangout area there. Another small kitchen. And upstairs, we have a hangout area up here. A door into the parents' chambers if needed, but usually locked from the parents' side. And then over here, the second eldest child, a son, who has a little bit of a, let's just say, dark theme to his room. Had some fun with that one. And then finally, last but definitely not least, is a nice little nursery. Look at this, a little crib. It's so cute, a little ball for kicking around, and a bunch of awesome little details for a small children's room. And yeah, I think it's a lovely, lovely bit of detail, some bedrooms. You can never have too many bedrooms, especially for a royal family. And I spent a lot of time adding some lovely decoration to this area as well, with all of the beautiful new paintings that we have at 1.21. I can't get over them. So that knocks out the Queen's Chambers, which we turned into the children's rooms, detailing the top of the giant tower for the engineer/inventor's room, and we are well on our way to being finished. We have a couple more inside areas to do, like the barracks and the goods store, but I think we're gonna get that tower over there textured first, and maybe some of the wall textured as well, and then maybe we'll work on the crypt, because I'm a little bit tired of doing inside of buildings for a moment. So we got some more texturing to get to. All right, I wanted to talk through the decoration that we did up here really briefly. We have a bit of a storage room over here with a lot of water and oil and other things that you might need, plus all of the stuff necessary, the medical supplies, for a bit of an infirmary here. So that way, if any of the soldiers that are garrisoned in the Gatehouse that we're currently standing on get injured, they have a nice place they can go to with doctors that can take care of them, linens to be able to treat any of their wounds. You can always have, you can't have enough linens to make sure that all of their wounds are clean and everything. Some extra little HP pots. And then we have some workshop over here, making arrows and sharpening tools. Never hurts to have an extra pair of hands, making sure that all of your tools and bows and everything are in good working order. Probably should put some string over here to make sure they have lots of string for those bows. A nice cauldron or two to keep your hands being washed. And then we have a little bit of a study map, so that way if you're giving orders as to where people are pouring over the walls or coming and attacking from, you can kind of point out where they need to go and what to do there for the plan of defense. And then we have here a bit of a wood pile, so that way we can keep the fire burning. And this here is both just in case you need hot water, both for the infirmaries, or if you want to swap it out and boil some oil, boil some oil to then be able to throw down and into here, and that way you can defend the gates if anybody is coming through. They did a lot of just hot liquids pouring over people, making it very difficult for them to attack the gatehouse and whatever it is they're trying to attack to. You could always grab yourself one of these crossbows before you head to the top of the wall, where there's more bows and arrows kind of littered all over the place to make sure that you can protect and keep your castle safe. Up here at the top, we did a bit off of the time lapse, get a small garden going on up here. It's just a bunch of little decorations, so that way anyone who wants a breath of fresh air, wants to get up high and enjoy some of the nice views that are from the top of the castle, can come up here and take a seat and hang out. And so a little bit of just a small flower room up here that I thought was kind of nice. And so I think with that, the castle gatehouse is done. I went and added some tough blocks around, so that we've got some of the texturing done. There's a bit more texturing that I want to do, but it's in very good order. And as a new dawn breaks over a beautiful, beautiful castle, I'm starting to feel like there's something that's missing right through here. I think one more turret right to break up this long stretch of wall would do good. Something small, it doesn't need to be anything grand, but just a little bit of something here will finish off this castle. Oh yeah, from this angle that looks way better and definitely makes the castle have a large improvement, even if it's a little bit interesting to have a tower right in the middle of the wall. But hey, you know what? Why not? And that means that we now have the giant tower textured, we have the crypt finished, we have the castle gate goods store finished, we also finished the castle gate second floor. Off camera we detailed the inside of the barracks, which means we only have the texturing of the stone bricks, the light mod, and spawn proofing the top of the wall left, which all kind of coincides together in just that last wrapping up of details everywhere else around the castle. It's just a bunch of checking things to make sure that the place is spawn proof and all the last little details are in place. So let me get one more jump in here and go over this castle one last time and we will be done. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. The board is solid green. After 2 insane months, my dream medieval Minecraft castle is finally done. Oh man, it feels so surreal to call this project done after a year of working on it. Yeah, sure, I could spend another month adding more details to it, but I am so happy with it as is. And, well, we have completed the challenge of getting the castle done this summer. This castle has over 70 unique rooms and several hidden secrets absolutely packed with detail. And since I can't show everything off in this video, I'm going to make another video specifically to showcase everything that we've built. Before that, as you may have seen in the title, the surprise that I hinted at earlier, I wanted to make it available for all of you to explore. The vanilla-friendly world download is going to be available in the description, which also includes my custom village and the copper mines and everything else that we've built in this area. The download's going to start you with the spawn and survival mode so you can enjoy it on foot, kind of like how the world is designed. But feel free to switch to modes like creative to experience it from the air as well. And one quick note, while I wanted to fill most of the chests and barrels with loot for, the lore, most are actually empty to save on entity lag. I think you'll understand. Well, there's not much more to say besides a massive thank you to everyone who has supported the channel and been a part of the streams and the videos and the journey so far. I have barely scratched the innumerable number of things that I want to build in this world. And so if you want to see more, give the video a like, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Have fun exploring this incredible, incredible castle, and let me know if you find all the secret rooms in the Foelworn Stronghold. Bye!